Good morning, everybody. Sorry for the little delay here. I'm being like pastor. My iPad was not letting me in this morning, so I had to resort to my phone. So first, let me show you my favorite balloon scene. It's a painting. Today is Thursday, October 6th, and we're reading from 2 Kings, verse 5, 1 to 15. So let's get started since I'm late. And this is the story about the healing of Naaman. The king of Aram had great admiration for Naaman, the commander of his army, because through him the Lord had given Aram great victories. But through Naaman was a mighty though he was a mighty warrior, he suffered from leprosy. At this time, Aramean raiders had invaded the land of Israel, and among their captives was a young girl who had been given to Naaman's wife as a maid. One day the girl said to her mistress, "I wish my master would go to see the prophet in Samaria. He would heal him of his leprosy." So Naaman told the king what the young girl from Israel had said to him. "Go and visit the prophet," the king of Aram told him. "I will send a letter of introduction for you to take to the king of Israel." So Naaman started out, carrying as gifts 750 pounds of silver and 150 pounds of gold, and 10 sets of clothing. The letter to the king of Israel said, "With this letter I present my servant, Naaman. I want you to heal him of his leprosy." When the king of Israel read this letter, he tore his clothes in dismay and said, "Am I God that I can give life and take it away? Why is this man asking me to heal someone with leprosy? I can see that he's just trying to pick a fight with me." But when Elijah, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes in dismay, he sent this message to him: Why are you so upset? Send Naaman to me, and he will learn that there is a true prophet here in Israel." So Naaman went with his horses and chariots and waited at the door of Elijah's house. But Elijah sent a messenger out to him with this message: "Go and wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan River. Then your skin will be restored, and you will no longer have leprosy." But Naaman became angry and stalked away. "I thought he would certainly come out to meet me," he said. "I expected him to wave his hand over the leprosy and call on the name of the Lord, his God, to heal me. Aren't the rivers of Damascus, the Abana, and the Pharpar better than any of the rivers here in Israel? Why shouldn't I wash in them and be healed?" So Naaman turned and went away in rage. But his officers tried to reason with him and said, "Sir, if the prophets had told you to do something very difficult, would you have done it? So you should certainly obey them when something so simple is commanded. Go and wash and be cured." So Naaman went down to the Jordan River and dipped himself several times as the man of God had instructed him, and his skin became as healthy as the skin of a young child, and he was healed. Then Naaman and his entire party went back to find the man of God. They stood before him, and Naaman said, "Now I know that there is no God in all the world except in Israel. So please accept a gift from your servant." But Elijah replied, "As surely as the Lord lives, whom I serve, I will not accept any gifts." And though Naaman urged him to take the gift, Elijah still refused. Then Naaman said, "All right, but please allow me to load 2 of my mules with earth from this place, and I will take it back home with me. From now on, I will never again offer burnt offerings or sacrifices to any other god except the Lord of Israel. However, may the Lord pardon me in this one thing. When my master the king goes into the temple of the god Rimmon, to worship there and leans on my arm. May the Lord pardon me when I bow too. Go in peace, Elijah said. So Naaman started home again. I think I went a little farther, but it seemed like it was the rest of the story. All right, so our devotional today is entitled, Get Out of the Way. Am I God to give any death or life? Verse 7 is the focus. I'm trying to hold my phone steady. The king of Israel feels deeply conflicted when he reads the letter from the king of Aram. The political vulnerability is profound. Say no and risk retribution. Say yes and risk failure. As the king deliberates, Elijah, the man of God, offers another way to respond. Elijah wisely gets out of the way and lets God provide the cure. Naaman, when presented with this solution, resists, but his servants persuade him to get out of his own way. Those with power have a much harder time letting God provide solutions. Like Naaman, who wants to bathe in his own local river, I can get in my own way, usually because I want to rely on my own experience and resources instead of asking God for the best solution. I know we've probably all been there. The nameless and powerless servants in this story, the Israelite girl, Elijah's messenger, Naaman's servants, hold the key. Rather than trying to provide solutions themselves, they help the one in need respond to God. Getting in one's own way looks a lot like being focused on oneself. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves of our role with the question, am I God? Not hardly. And the prayer, join me in prayer today. God of solutions, help me get out of my own way. You provide the best way. Amen. And our prayer concern today is for those hesitant to ask for help. And I ask for help a lot, but I'm a little lame when it comes to listening for the answers. We might all have that issue, right? All right, I hope you all enjoy the day. And there's still a few balloons out there. I'm sure Pastor's having a blast. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.